Hi YouTube. We are so very excited to announce one of our latest updates of the Digital Course Hive, and that is, drumroll please, emails, broadcasts, automations, and in a couple days we're going to be releasing quizzes. So without further ado, let me hop right in and show you what the email automation system looks like. All right, let's do a walkthrough of the email marketing and automation part of the system. If you click on the emails and automations right here, you're going to get to this dashboard. The dashboard gives you a bunch of quick links to add subscribers, connect your domain, create lists, create automations, so on and so forth. Here to the left, campaigns. This is where your email campaigns are going to be. So the difference between email campaigns and email automations is that email campaigns are one-off emails that you're sent to a group of people. Email automations is a series of things that a user can go through upon entering. So let's go to automations. This is where you're going to create your automations. And then here, list and subscribers. This is where you're going to create your lists, create your segments, add your subscribers, so on and so forth. Your email templates. This is going to be all of the system templates that we have inside of the system that you can use. You can also duplicate and create your own, and that's going to be here next to my templates. And then finally, settings. This is where you add your sender name, your domain, what email that you want to send it through, so on and so forth. Let's talk about emails and automations inside of the Digital Course Hive. If you go to emails and automations and then you click on lists and subscribers here to the left, you're going to see a page that looks exactly like this. You can add your subscribers here, either one by one or by importing a CSV. You can also add your subscribers here if you have them already in your contacts. You can just go ahead and click them all and then add contacts to a list. Then you can choose whatever list it is that you want to add them to. You can also create different lists. So if you have different ways you want to segment people, you can add them to different lists and email them by whatever list, and you can also do the same with segments. So there's a couple different ways that you can organize these subscribers, which is awesome. You can also see who has unsubscribed, and you can also unsubscribe your users manually if they email you saying that they want to be removed. All right, let's make an email campaign. So if you go to emails and automations, and then you go to campaigns here on the left, you are going to be brought to this page, and we can click start a campaign. First, name your campaign. I'm going to name this one, let's do the announcement of, because I want to announce our email feature that just came out. Alright, click next. Okay, and so now you can choose what kind of campaign you want to make. We have a regular campaign, which is just going to be static, send the one-off campaign, and then you also have an A/B split campaign. So if you are confused about which narrative is going to reach your audience the best, you can use an A/B split campaign and kind of answer that for yourself. For this example, I'm going to do a regular. And then, so now this is the template section. You have all these templates you can choose from that are just basic in our system already. Or you can have your own templates that you can make, and then you can also start from scratch. You can just even do a simple text email, which would be nice. Let's see. I think I like, I don't know, this one right here. Okay, so once you click on it, it brings you to the builder. And so everything is drag and drop. just like your website. And there are a couple limitations because there's different website browsers. There's different website not website browsers. There's different email clients, and these email clients can't read elements like a website can. There's just too many of them, and that's just not the purpose of email. The purpose of email is for communication, not for fancy features. So, keep your email pretty simple, but we do have a decent amount of elements and blocks that you can use inside of here. So you can go ahead and drag whatever you want inside of here, change your message. Over here, styling. So this is going to be where your global styling lies. So it'd be really easy just to, switch all your fonts over and whatever else that you want to do. So go ahead, make this look as fancy as you want, and then go ahead and click next. So next, you can see up here, it's guiding you through the steps of creating the email. Next is going to be your recipients. If you created a different list or a different segment, then you can choose so right here. I just have my default list. I haven't uploaded anybody yet. And then you're going to click next. It's going to give you the summary. Do your email subject. You can click add property here, and this will import the person's information from your CRM into inside of your system. So you can say, for example, first name, big announcement. This is going to be from where you send who this is from. So maybe Cassia or Jen+Cass. Sender email hello@digitalcoursehive.com. Reply to, if you want a different reply to, I would preferably they reply to the same email address. And then you can click send a test email, or you can edit the email. All right, then you go next. So you need to, as I showed previously, you need to put a domain inside of your system, inside of the settings, and that's where it confirms what email it's going to be sending from. So right now I can't go to the next option. But on the next option, you have the option to schedule the email or just send it right away. Just like any other email campaign that you've ever used. I'm sure, if you're here, you've used some sort of email broadcast system, whether it be MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, I don't know, whatever other ones there are out there. This functions exactly like that. All right, let's talk about email automations. Inside of our system, go to emails and automations, and then go to the automations tab here on the left. And now this is where you're going to create an automation flow. The difference between automation and broadcast is that broadcast is a one-off email that you sent, maybe to announce something. And automation is going to be a series of emails that somebody receives because they made a certain action on your website. For example, if they opted in to get a freebie, if they opted in for a webinar, they're going to want to get a series of emails that says, here's your freebie. Next day. Or 2 days later, how did you like your freebie? 2 days later, I'm holding this webinar, please join me. And you can continue to target them based on this one action. I love automations. I think they're game changing inside of the online marketing world. Like, there's nothing better than to target somebody who's a hot lead. Like, this person is hot on your list and you're retargeting them. So let's go ahead and go through and add an automation. Our system is very similar to anything that you may have used in the past. It includes all the same triggers, and we are working on some more advanced triggers as well, and I will explain those to you here shortly. So I'm just going to name this test automation because I just want to show you inside of this thing. Okay, so first you get this up here. Click to edit your automation triggers. We have a lot of different triggers right now. Added to a list, removed to a list, tag is added, tag is removed, property is changed. You can do all of these based on forms or manually inside of your system. So if they fill out a form, you can add them to a list, you can remove them from a list, you can add a tag, you can change a property. We are working on right now, which is going to come very soon, trigger if they open an email. If they reopen up an email, let's retarget them. If they click a link, if they visited a page, which is huge, like that's awesome. Come on, they visited a page and now you get to email them again. And then makes a purchase. And my personally most favorite is abandons their cart or their checkout. No system does this. None of our competitors do this. This is not built in to their system. If you want to target somebody who abandons your checkout, you need to use, WooCommerce. And WordPress is a nightmare for people who are now WordPress experts. I mean, I personally love WordPress, but I've been doing it for 10 years. So really, this makes it very simple. Personally, our system makes this so simple, and nobody else does it. It's just going to be very simple. So anyway, I digress. You're going to pick a trigger. I'll say add it to a list. You'll select your list, whatever you got inside your system. Everything is very easy. Just a word of advice, when you're working inside of systems, if you feel like, oh God, this is so much, just click and let the system take you through it. If you're not going to mess up anything, it's going to tell you if you mess up something. Okay, so now you have your actions. After a trigger, there's always an action. After a cause, there's always an effect. This is the effect. So the cause was they joined a list. And now you're going to do something. Let me run through these steps. First, it's going to be a delay. So this means delay a day. You can say here, delay with a specific amount of time, or delay until Tuesday, or delay until they purchase. If else, you can split this. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Bless me. Anyway, so if else means that you can split them into two different directions. If they have the tag member, send them this email, or else do this. So if they have the tag, they're going to go down the one, else they're going to go off the other one. Split your flow into two different equal paths. This is coming soon. This is going to be more like split testing. So this is going to be nice with testing your automations, what is working. Target, pull contacts to this position in your flow when conditions are met. So, maybe you have a bunch of different automations, and then down here you have a target. So the target is that they downloaded your freebie. Well, now, if it doesn't matter where they are in the sequence above, they'll be just pulled down to that one spot. So you don't have to keep targeting them. So this would be cool if, for example, you have a sequence that where they get your freebie, you're running an ad to them to get a freebie. I think this is a sequence that works really well, is you get their freebie and then you invite them to a webinar. So now ideally they have those two touch points, is the webinar, the freebie, and then the webinar, and then after the webinar you sell them. So they kind of get to know you better, and they kind of get to trust you before they purchase your product instead of just freebie to purchase. So now if you have a target that says webinar, then you might have 4 emails encouraging them to sign up for the webinar. But if you have that target and they sign up at email 2, they're going to just skip down there, and then now they'll receive your webinar emails instead of continuing to receive your other emails. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please comment. I'll explain it to you. I'll be happy to. Okay, send email, that makes sense. Send email notification. This is going to say, I want to know if somebody's done this thing, or if they've opted in. Send an email to me. Send an email to my teammate. Add a tag, remove a tag, update your contact property, add contact to a list, remove contact from a list. I think that all makes sense. That's pretty self-explanatory. This is just stuff inside of your CRM. You're just updating their information. Same thing with adding a note. You can delete a contact, unsubscribe, or you can start another automation. Another thing that we're working on right now is trigger a webhook. This is to my more advanced techie friends, a webhook. So if they reach a certain part in your automation, you can trigger a webhook to another system. Maybe you want to, I don't know. I used to use webhooks to send text messages. You could send them a text message with a webhook. You could use Zapier to do essentially anything you want. I mean, maybe you have an Excel sheet that you're updating all your clients. Maybe you have another system that you're connecting our system to. This webhook would essentially do whatever you want, just like whatever you want. I'm so geeked about our system because it is just freaking awesome. So anyway, so let me build you a sample. So let's do an email. We're gonna say this will be a welcome from sender name. Hopefully this works because I haven't done my sender information in here yet, which is really stupid. And by the way, if you guys just want to pop in and start, playing around with our system, please do. We have a 14-day free trial. Oh, it's loading. We have a 14-day free trial. So just come in here, test it out. If you need help, we're going to start doing training sessions here soon, depending on when you're watching this video. Maybe we already started. All right, so anyway, so I put in a send email, and then so now maybe next after this we want to delay. We want to wait a day to send the next email because we don't want to be annoying. And then maybe we want to, let's see, ideally I'd want to do a few different emails and then probably just add a target into there. Oh, they're not available yet. Sorry, if we're still working on them. And so you can put a bunch of different emails here. Next, there's two more things that I want to mention to you. 3. Let me do 3. 4. Okay, I changed my mind. 4 different things I want to talk to you about. 1 is setting a goal. So setting a goal is what's going to take them out of a sequence. So if they are added to a list, if they actually make that purchase that you've been emailing them about, if they actually opt into that webinar you've been emailing them about, you can take them out of the goal, or you can take them out of the sequence. They've hit the goal. You've done what it is that you need to do. This is great for testing if your stuff is working. From opting in from that sequence we were talking about before, from the freebie to the webinar to the purchase, did that automation work? Did they actually make that purchase? Like, did they hit that goal? Is your marketing and is your targeting, is your narration of what you're saying to them working well? And then after that, what I would highly recommend is throwing them into a new automation that's going to be, are they actually completing your course? Are they actually, learning? Are they actually, are you actually helping them? Like, how else can you be better? Which kind of leads me into the next thing. We are launching quizzes here in a couple days, and that's gonna also give you an option for review. Like, you can have them review the course. Where are they at? How are they doing? They've completed module 1. Is this meeting their expectations? Do they need any additional assistance? Are they getting what they want out of the course that they thought they would when they signed up? Next, the other thing I want to talk to you about is you can leave notes. This is really helpful because sometimes, like, half the time I build an automation and I don't remember what I was even doing. I had this genius idea and I was very involved in it, and now I don't remember what it was. So you can, like, leave a comment and you can add as many as you want. So even if you have team members that are on here, they can do so. They can leave some comments too, and then you can pin them. So you can just see right here, like, this email says this. This is what I was communicating this email. So then when you're like, when you come back a month down the road and you want to edit your automation to make it better, you can know what was happening in your automation. The third thing I want to talk to you about is analytics and goals. This looks a lot like our funnel analytics. It's going to tell you, everything in one little sentence. How many completed the goal? How many sent, opened, clicked, goal reached? And then with each email, which email is resonating the best? The highest open rates are the ones with the best subject line, or the best timing, and the best click-through rates are the best offers. They actually wanted to go to your website and learn more. And then the final thing that I want to talk to you about, because I know this is a long segment, my mouth hurts from talking. I don't usually talk this much. Jennifer might say otherwise. But don't forget to turn it on. Up here to the left, there's a little toggle. It says off. You want to turn it on and you click yes. So that's going to actually make your automation go. So if you start building your automation, you don't want it to send yet, it's going to take you a week. I know automations are a lot of work. So they're not going to send if you have it off. Okay, that's it. All right, and if you're interested in getting started on the Digital Course Hive, please go to digitalcoursehive.com. It might look a little different than this because we are going through a rebrand right now. And go ahead and sign up. You can start your free trial. No credit card is required. It'll be 14 days free trial. And then after that, we have very good prices. $29 a month to $350, depending on if you are a big business and you need all this jazz. Otherwise, you know, $29, $69 a month will do it for you. If you purchase an annual plan, we will migrate over your website for free. So we look forward to seeing you very soon.